It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4". Now Bennett on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the two defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
Bennett now to throw on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. And now this offensive unit, we get a look at their starters. They put up good numbers last week, looking to carry that forward. Yeah, Brandon, they saw the numbers from last week. They expect to at least replicate them. They think that they can put up bigger numbers this week. They are a confident bunch. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Let's go!
Bennett off the play fake. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack. Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away? Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week, as his first one here's away. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Allen has it, left side. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today. Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Haynes. And he gets it down to the 32. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well. No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And a big tackle there as the defender runs right through it. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
And this is complete. It's Allen. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there of 22.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Now Bennett to throw. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go.
And here's Bennett on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
36.
Off the play fake. Bennett. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
Now Bennett operating from the gun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, that was impressive by the defense. They just got hit for a big pass play, and instead of rushing out and getting back deep to cover, they played their techniques, saw the run develop, and ran to it and made the play.
Bennett now to throw on second down. And his throw is incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Bennett. And this is going to be incomplete. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's first down from the 42. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. But he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And here are the defensive starters, and their coordinator is hoping that they have short-term memories from last week.
A very tough week indeed, Brandon. All they want to do now is be solid right out of the gate. No big plays given up early.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. They'll look to throw. And some space here. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
So let me make sure I have this right. He's already found the end zone once, and now he's ripped off a big chunk of yardage here on this one. His confidence is awfully high. So now I've got to put myself in the shoes of the defensive coordinator. Do I go ahead and sell out to try and stop him and force him to do something different? Or do I risk him having a big monster day against my defense?
So we're through a quarter here on Thanksgiving Day. 7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They run a draw here on second down. Down right around the 25. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
He'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Able to fight through one tackle. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they tell their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise. And now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's got his man on the out route. A gain of 13 and also a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing and they got it done.
And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Down, they'll run it on the draw play. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Bennett looking to throw on second down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Bennett out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And now here's a carry heading left. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, he came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Jennings has it. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing. One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
All right, here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. I'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. To throw. Throwing again. And he comes back with one complete. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Set of downs here. And here's Bennett. From the gun, he'll throw. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now Bennett throwing on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make it a second down. The Cowboys looking to get going again in a hurry. Bennett now to throw on second down. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Looking to throw. Bennett finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Come on, let's go. What?
Bennett on first and 10. And this is caught at the 8. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's been. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
Whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now Bennett to throw. Operating from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a good kick that time, and he's able to redeem himself from the previous miss.
And fortunately for him, he got the chance to do that not long after missing the first time. Sometimes a whole game goes by, and you don't get that chance at all. So you keep it with you till the next time you take the field.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, we'll see if I can get through this without being skipped as we welcome you to our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys haven't played their best football and trail because of it. The Ravens will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Midway through the first quarter, Collins is going to take it up the middle, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. That puts them up by a touchdown. Cowboys take it at the 21. The connection is made in the middle of the field, and 21 yards later, he'll go in for the score. The Cowboys now down by just 3. Final seconds of the half. Collins is going to haul in the pass, and this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. Ravens push the lead to 10. First and 10. Braun's going to make the catch in traffic, and he'll be tackled at the 31-yard line. Later on the drive, they stall out and settle for a field goal. So that's it for us. We'll go back now to Arlington for the start of the second half.
Thank you, LR. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
10 yards still left on second down.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up a third down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Here we go!
And here's Bennett on third down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 7 yards to go on second down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They've got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And the head coach reaches for the red flag, tosses it down on the field. He wants a challenge here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
Here we go.
Now Bennett from the gun. He'll throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Bennett now on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38.
Operating from the gun. Bennett. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Bennett looking to throw on second down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Cowboys on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is third down and 12. Now Bennett to throw. Off play action. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. He got 29 yards that time.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd down following the run. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. The ball comes out, and the Cowboys have recovered. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you. Two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And here's Bennett to throw on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Bennett off the play fake. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Pass complete. but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
To throw on 2nd down, Bennett. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. He spins free. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
I like what they were thinking on defense. Just guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let anyone pass that. Didn't matter whether they threw it or ran it. They just ended up rallying to the football on the running play and stopped them short of a 1st down.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Let's go. Blue landed.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Jennings. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's taken to the 26. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now come the Cowboys. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Bennett now looking to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 1, 9,
Back to throw. Bennett. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Come on, let's go.
Bennett operating from the gun. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. And the offense here just looking to stay in bounds, complete the short passes, and put this game on ice.
Come on, let's go. 1,
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
But let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Just 1 yard to go here on second down. Back to throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Ravens on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Looking to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be knocked down sideways near the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. They'll drop to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
After that incompletion, I almost get the sense that he's going to look up at the booth and kind of look at us and say, hey, you guys got any suggestions? It's been that kind of game, hasn't it? They've had him on the run throughout.
Yeah, and I get that you're trying to make a play here losing fourth quarter, but to throw when you're not set with pressure coming could have been an interception.
Very much so, and it's been that kind of game for him. They've had him on the run, had him off balance. He's got to find a way to make some big-time throws down the stretch.
They'll set up to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 25, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now back to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. So the onside kick will come with 17 seconds to play. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Cowboys, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.